Hey guys, well we're out here at the Roaring Knob Motor Speedway in Marklesburg, PA for the last Destruction on the Knob Derby to happen here in 2020. So we're just going to go ahead and give a quick walk through the pits to show you guys who all is here. Now it's a little bit lighter turnout than what we've had the last few shows here, which is okay. There's another couple of shows going on tonight, so not terribly surprised. So right here we've got the hobby stock cars. So you guys have seen these. They're more of your, I wouldn't want to say street stock full size, but very much like a wire class. Very light, simple build in the world of derby. So, you know, you can do tires, gauge, bolt-ins, things like that, but you really can't do much for modifications to the body or too much welding and things like that. So motor swaps, all that stuff's perfectly allowed and legal. So as always, if you guys see your video or your buddy's car, definitely give a shout out with a timestamp of where they showed up in the mix. Here we've got a wagon that's seen the track before, I believe. But I wanted to point out something. Check these tires out, guys. You're very familiar with skids and other ones. This is some interesting stuff going on here. These are almost like ATV style or something you'd see like on a dune buggy, you know, an off-road vehicle. So kind of curious to see how these tires hold up. Definitely keep an eye on him. Ought to be interesting. Not something you see every day running in a derby. And as always, hope that we can get a decent view. Helps that there's a little less cars in the lineup this time, that hopefully I can actually feature more of the cars in the shot than what I haven't been able to in the past. We're gonna go over here and check out the minivans and mini trucks. So for this one, it's really called the minivan class, but for tonight there's actually a lot of mini trucks and SUVs. So it ought to be a pretty good competition. A little bit of everything. This is a Ranger here that has definitely seen some better days. It's a little rusty and crusty, but he's got it set up well that if it can keep moving and running, ought to do okay. I like it when they drop the back end like that. Works good in full-size trucks. There's no reason why it shouldn't on the minis. Now actually I'm going to switch back over to this side because I realized that I can get, I think, a little bit better shot of these vehicles. So let's go ahead and see what we can do. A couple vans here that are very, very much stock. Just going out to junk some stuff, I would guess. Still running street tires, nothing too fancy. Now this one is a Trailblazer. He's got some tractor implement tires on it, so those are generally good on compacts, so I don't see why it wouldn't be good on this. And oh, he's got just some donuts in the front with a little bit of extra metal, so curious to see how that does. Now here we got a Ford Explorers. This would be a mid-90s, I'd kind of call it the bubble style Ford Explorer. I drove one of these for a while. They're actually pretty good and stout in derby in the front especially. Here's a more of a newer model Ranger, so probably mid to late 90s bubble style Ranger. Again, this one looks fairly stout. He doesn't have the back end dropped. He has it all sitting pretty level, so I'm kind of curious to see how that does for him. Typically these Rangers, they do better if you do have the back end drop down, but to each their own, and you never know. It's all about how they take the hits. It's a pretty solid looking van. He's got some good skids on the front and hefty bumper. Now this vehicle, I think this is a early 90s Ford Explorer that has ran here a few times and just will refuse to die. For whatever reason or another, he's been knocked out, so hopefully he can keep going. Dodge Durango. Now when these are allowed to run with the mini trucks, they are very much tanks, which you guys have seen run in a series of our videos. So if you can run one of these in your mini trucks, definitely do it. You will not be upset about the result. And I think here we've got another Explorer. Kind of hard to fully tell, but I believe that's correct. So over here I think we've got one full-size Youth that's lined up. Hopefully there's a few more coming up. How you guys doing?
Good, yourself?
Doing great.
Stones, buddy. Stoneboro PA.
There we go. And then over here we've got the Youth Compact. So it's just the standard hardcore compact rules, this time driven by Youth. So, see, I recognize a few of these cars. They have seen the track here from the last couple shows that we've been here. Actually, a number of them, but we do see some new ones that are fresh and ready to go. These youth drivers do put on a heck of a show, full size and the compacts. I think it makes the adults need to kind of step up their game a little bit if any of you are watching. These guys do put on some good hits, and you know, they're quite experienced, I would say, for kids of these ages. When I was growing up, you had to be 18 to do the Derby. You couldn't even do 17 or anything with a waiver back when I was younger, but a couple years after I happened to turn 18, they started to loosen up a little bit, and then now they've got 12 to 16-year-olds that can go out and tear it up here in the youth. And man, what I would have given to be able to be running way back at that age. I'm sure my parents would argue otherwise, but just to know that that was a possible thing. I do apologize about the music in the background, guys. We'll still try to capture this for you, and hopefully it's not too much of a distraction. This looks like a... I'm not really sure what this is. This is Sun... Oh, Cavalier. Now, some of you guys really like your Cavaliers. I've kind of, from what I've seen, kind of have mixed feelings on them as far as, you know, how well they hold up and durability, but, you know, to each their own. Gonna not reference the name of that racing team on camera, but hopefully they do well. And this one's seen the track as well, so pretty decent little turnout here for the youth. A lot of youth compacts. Hopefully we see some more youth full size showing up than just the one. In the past they've had good turnouts. So at this point we're gonna head over. They got the hardcore compacts way down over on that side separate, so we're gonna go find them over there. Alright, so over here we have the hardcore compacts, and if you guys haven't seen one of the videos from Destruction on the Knob yet, these guys put on a heck of a show. So, you know, obviously watch today's video, but definitely would encourage you to go back and watch the other hardcore compact heats that have been here at Destruction on the Knob the last couple times. These guys are what you try to figure out how do you classify it. I would say they're borderline dangerous, to where I almost would not want to run with these guys because they are nuts the way they hit. And if you win, you definitely have survived some stuff. You know what I mean? So keep an eye out for these guys. Definitely always a good show. Looks like they've got 2 heats of them here so far. Possibly a third, I guess, if enough show up. But looks like most of them are through inspection at this point. And the last ones that haven't fully passed are getting through it. Now, a lot of these are pre-rans that you guys have seen at some of the other shows here. So just kind of quickly walking through to feature the ones that have showed up. So shout out if one of these are yours. And I apologize if I'm not going into super great detail, but I'm not really seeing anything that I haven't already talked about in one of my previous Prelude videos from this particular event. Yeah, so keep on going. Here's a couple fresh ones here. Look pretty stout. I'm kind of curious what this is. I want to say, kind of want to say Cadillac, but I'm going to say that I'm sure I'm probably wrong, but yeah, they've did a good job of taking off any residue from the emblem, so kind of hard to tell. If you guys know what this is, let me know. I'm sure I'm probably wrong with the Cadillac, but it does certainly kind of look like it. This one's pretty darn stock, still running stock tires. Alright, so this appears to be one of the heats. I'm not sure if it's heat 1 or heat 2. Guess we'll find out. We're going to keep on walking up here and see what else is in the next heat. Alright, so over here we've got the next heat of hardcore compacts. Again, not sure if it's heat 1 or heat 2. You'll have to check out the videos to find out. But there's still some cars over there and getting ready to line up. So, curious to see what else still makes its way out. And here's a fresh one. Still got a few clean ones here, just a few fresh ones. It's interesting, you see a little bit of everything. Some guys running some stout tires, other guys just running some street stock tires. Definitely recommend to you guys, build to the rules. You know, you can always, I guess you can, there's always reasons why people underbuild, but you don't want to do it if you can help it. You always want to be somewhat competitive, right? All right, I gotta show these. Check these tires out. Not something you see very often either. I mean, these are like ATV dirt bike type tires, probably from like a mini dirt bike or something. Very interesting. The way you guys figure this stuff out and throw tires on rims that don't belong and go and hammer down, it's always interesting. I bet those will be pretty good in the mud though. Taller, skinny, a lot of knobs.
Hey!
Yeah, like even this, take for example this guy. So we've talked about level of build. He's put a carb on here, he's put stacks on, and even you know, a header protector or distributor protector, depending on how you want to look at its functionality. It's not, you know, full engine cradle or nothing, but it's going to protect that stack from getting destroyed. So it's interesting how there's kind of a little bit of mix of all the above in this class. But as I've already mentioned, definitely build to the rules if you can. Swap the tires, do those sorts of things, because even though it maybe costs a little bit extra and takes a little extra time, if you're going to make it worth your while, you know, we all want to junk some stuff, but you also want to take some money home. All right, so we're going to kind of cruise through the pits and see what else we can see. And over here in the inspection area, we only actually have a couple cars that are waiting to get through inspection. So normally in the past we've had a really long line, so it's kind of nice that they're getting everybody through real quick here today. Looks like a couple full size and one compact. Of course, a few cars coming over here for recheck. Here we got a few different vendors. We got Demolition Derby Life magazine. If you guys haven't checked them out at demolitionderbylife.com or on Facebook. They do an awesome job. They do a monthly magazine, so if you guys haven't checked it out, definitely make sure to check out Demolition Derby Life magazine. And over here we've got Dead Man Derby selling a bunch of apparel, rocking his awesome new trailer. So if you guys haven't checked them out, look them up on Facebook. We got a big show at the end of October, the 30th and 31st over in Maryland. So dead or alive, you want to check those guys out. And we got just a couple people over here selling some other random car parts today. So we're just going to kind of randomly walk through the pits, see who else we can see. Anybody is waiting to get through inspection yet?
I'll see you later.
I'm gonna like on YouTube for you, man.
I got one down there in the house for yours.
Find another ball.
I don't have a
Something else will fire too. Oh, shit. Put everything away.
what? No hospital for people later. No hospital is going to be my mouth open like I was catching flies.
All right, so there you go, guys. There is a walk around the pits out here at Destruction on the Knob, the last one out here at Roaring Knob Speedway of 2020. So make sure to check out all the videos. Driver's meeting. All right, guess it's a good time to wrap this up. So if you guys make sure to check out the description. We'll put individual links to all the heats in the description, so make sure to check that out. If you guys like the video, make sure to give us a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you have not already done so. Always trying to bring you guys the best derby videos out there on YouTube, so make sure to check all of those individual heats out. We'll have them up here in a couple days. And until the next video, hope that you guys have a great day.